The Key High Hawks went to 2-2 on the season with a 48-34 win down at Janesville last Friday night. Head coach Chad Winters chatting about it, and coach got off to a great start in that ball game. Janesville definitely didn't go down without a fight. They made things interesting in the fourth quarter, but your kids held on. What do you take away from last Friday night?
I told the boys this, and we talked. We were up 30-6 at halftime. Got to come out, score 0-0. Came out, put almost a 6-minute drive together, go up 36-6. We played a great 30 minutes of football. Football's a 48-minute game at the high school level, and we didn't finish as strong as we wanted to, or as what we could have. Left some plays on the field, turned the ball over a little bit. Had some guys get banged up, so we had to throw some other guys in there, and that definitely played a part in it with our depth situation. Exactly what we're looking for. Huge step forward, playing good physical football, tackle a lot better. We're very well balanced once again, running and passing. So much easier offensively when you can do both. They just help one another. Had some young guys step up and play some big minutes in the second half for us, and took a huge step forward, which is what we're always looking for.
And you touched on the balance offensively. Dalton Mullins has really became a running and passing threat at the quarterback position. 243 yards total offense, 3 touchdowns passing, 2 touchdowns running. How has he developed through the first half of the season?
Really starting to settle in. First game, you could see against West Central, those jitters were there. The game was moving real fast, really starting to settle in. Game's a lot slower for him. He's seeing things a lot better. He understands when he sees certain things, his eyes need to go to a certain spot, and the ball needs to come out now. Just much more confident in his game management, getting us in the right stuff, getting us in and out of the huddle, making sure everybody's where they need to be. Obviously looking forward to his growth over the next 2+ years.
And Carter Getzinger, another really nice night for him, 212 yards, a couple of touchdowns rushing. That means both he and the guys up front getting the job done, right?
Yes, most definitely. Those guys up front, Tommy at center, Carson, Jacob at the guards, Andrew, Jack Schulte, Carter Seitz, those guys did a phenomenal job of making holes, setting edges. The game slowing down for him too. His vision's getting much better. Hit some big cutbacks that most backs at the high school level don't see, and those led to some big plays for us. And he was a warrior Friday night. He was running hard to bring down. Fun to watch.
And defensively, as you mentioned, from a scoring perspective, you played a really good 30 minutes, but you also took the ball away 3 times from Janesville. In the big picture, I'd imagine that's probably a pretty big thing in how the game came out. Would that be fair to say?
Yes. Turnovers were big. Gave us some good field position. The part that we need to cut back on is making sure that we don't return any of those turnovers, which we did a couple times, that kind of let them stay in the game, prolong that a little bit. As we get older and more experienced, I think that stuff will go away. But anytime you can turn offenses over and turn it into instant offense for you guys, obviously very beneficial for us. And we've been doing that a lot more the last couple games.
And part 2 of your unscheduled opponent portion of the schedule this week, as you take on Riceville. I'm sure you got the thank you note ready for Mr. Conway and for scheduling this game. But what do you expect out of the Wildcats coming up this week?
They're a young team. They've played 5 games too. Obviously, 3 of our first 4 games were on the road. That's not ideal for a young team that you're breaking in. This is the start of a 3-game homestand for us, which is kind of unheard of during the middle of a football season. We've only got 1 more road trip left in the season, and it's the last game of the season. Riceville continues to get better. They played some real good teams. I mean, Tripola, West Central, Northwood, Turkey Valley. Most teams are going to lose against those teams. I mean, they're doing some good things. They overcame some injuries at the beginning of the year, kind of finding their footing as well. Obviously got a huge challenge in front of us. They got a very mobile quarterback that can hurt you with his arm throwing the ball and with his feet. Does a real good job of extending plays. So if we don't contain him, could end up being a long night.
All right, Coach, hopefully the winning streak can continue Friday night. Keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck.
Thank you much.
Chad Winters, head coach of the Keyhawks.